Namaste, everybody. This is from request, a question on Hasta Bandha. Let's start with Bandha. Bandha is translated to a lock. It is, if I squeeze the pelvic floor muscles, that's Mula Bandha, the root lock. So I squeeze and I lift, and it pulls the stomach muscles up, and I'm locking so that the energy doesn't move, and I'm holding it up and I'm pulling the energy up. So you can think of it like a bandage, a sheath, that's a sling that's holding underneath, and you squeeze it and you hold the energy. Okay, then you go Uddiyana Bandha, and you're holding the energy there. You can do both, and you're holding the energy there. Then Jalandhara Bandha, the neck one, and you're holding energy then between that. So Hasta Bandha, Hasta is hand, and okay, this is how I understand it, but I'm going to show how I do it. Okay, this is how I understand is that you want to use like a cupping of your hand on the floor, but not just a cupping. Like if you make like tiger hands, like you crawling, you'll see that the knuckles go in and the fingers, so you actually can do that. And then you'll feel this is a real bandha here. It's a real sucked up into the palm. So the knuckles are down. Now, if the shoulders are not in the good place, or if I don't know what it is, because all I know is that 10 years ago, I couldn't do that with my hands. So just keep practicing yoga. So when you put your hands down, the knuckles go down, and the index finger presses, the index knuckle presses hardest down. And it's like you want to grip the floor. You're pulling back, and then your fingertips come off the floor. Your fingers come off the floor, and the fingertips get nice and heavy. Now that's where you can really control the handstand position or bakasana or anything you're doing on your hands, hand balancing, that you can control fingertips. You can feel the fingertips. You know where you're going, and when you feel, you can push back, and then you can feel, oh, I'm going there, oh, there. Because that's the main reason we want to focus on this Hasta Bandha, is that we're generally sinking there. But is that a problem of the wrist and the hand, or is it a problem of the shoulder? So just look at that again. I get my Hasta Bandha there, and then I drop too much into, so upper trap is probably too tight. And so for me, the importance is more lifting under the armpits, learning that extension and an outer rotation that releases your upper trap. So outer rotation, lift under the armpits, and then you're free to kind of feel. So I love this pose. You're going to lunge, lift the tummy, you engage through the legs, strong legs down, and your arms are really just dangling. You don't want to do your Anjana Yasana with so heavy on the fingers. You want to be, okay, cool. I've got it all in the core, got it all in the, you see that bandha lifting up in the armpits. Okay. So now, knowing that is opening my shoulders, I can press down into the knuckles. Okay, so watch. The first time I noticed it really badly was in my cobras. I would go into cobra and then notice that my hand couldn't stay flat on the floor. And you want to press down. So you see it's a whole mechanism in the spine, the back, the shoulder blades, that's different. What I focused on, what I really like, is don't focus on clumping the hand, but spreading, like really. And one teacher explained that your little finger can be in the same line as your thumb. Because there's always a question. When I'm doing downward facing dog or handstand, is my index finger facing front, or middle finger facing front, or the space between facing front? And I liked this teaching of the thumbs inside and the little fingers as wide. Now, in my case, and I think it's probably different for each anatomy, for each person, my index finger is facing forward. And it gives me more space to do this nice outer rotation than if I put my middle finger forward, which, it depends. Okay, there's no right or wrong here. You're going to have to feel feel it, what you want to do. But what I found is really working for me is spread and push. And you really get this. So I'm not even worrying about cupping, because let's see what happens. If I pull and I cup, okay, that's really nice in the chest. And my index knuckle, my knuckles are going down. But once I am in that position and I push and I spread, that's my I thought it's going to be, and I'm right. Okay, so the hugging almost pulls all your muscles into that tightness, where the spreading pushes all your muscles open and wide and big. Okay, so that's, and then I've noticed that in that real spread and push, and you really want to push down into the hands, there is that bubble that naturally comes up. And often this is where people think, oh, I want my wrist because I'm always on my wrist. They pushing and there's not that lift. Oh yes, if I spread, I don't cup. If I spread, it still cups. Okay, so that's my 2 cents worth. Enjoy, hope it helps, and enjoy hand balancing. Namaste.